Hey everybody, this is David at Homestead Hacks. Everything here in pretty much full bloom now. The apple trees are heavily bloomed. Just about everything. I'll go around and show you what all's blooming out here. And also we'll kind of take note of the honeybees and how well they're pollinating our crops. If you want huge yields, now I guess I'll say this until I'm blue in the face and where people will understand the importance of your yield when it comes to your crops, your fruit trees. If you do not have honeybees, or if your neighbor doesn't have honeybees, you will not get the yield of fruit and vegetables. They're very important when it comes to stuff like cucumbers, squash, watermelon, zucchinis. Your yield will be so many times more. You're putting a lot of effort into your garden anyway, and when you're only going to yield half the vegetables because they just didn't get pollinated, all because you didn't have bees to pollinate your crop. And just look, go around this tree right here and show you. Hopefully they show up on the film. Now there's a bumblebee. Like I said, bumblebees are important, but the number of them is just not enough. I mean, you look on this tree, you see one bumblebee and probably 150 honeybees. So do the math. I mean, you can see how the importance is that one bumblebee will give you a few more crops, fruits and vegetables, but nothing like these honeybees will. It's just unbelievable the amount. I want to show you something right here. Now there's Gander. You all named him. He's the male goose, and he's being very, very protective. And notice he's alone, and I'll show you why he's alone. Goosey has went on the nest. Well, my girl, it's okay. It's okay. Oh, look what I started. Look what I started. Look at the monster coming after me. She didn't do this last year, but this year she's being very protective. It's okay. She's on her nest and she don't like me around. And Gander there, he come over to protect. Look at that. Look how mean. You mean, aren't you? He bad. Yeah, he's bad. Look at him. He's not yet attacked me, but he probably would. Nah, he's scared of me. I'll leave you alone. Go grouch. Grouch. This black locust is in full bloom. And right now, I did see some honeybees on there yesterday, but now I'm seeing all bumblebees. Now it may not be a favor of the honeybees. I have seen them on here before, but they're not on it now. There's the one up there. There's not many on it. They found other things. The honeybees, the way they work is that if they find something better, they'll work on it. And that's just like when it comes to the pollen, feeding artificial pollen compared to the real pollen. If you got artificial pollen out, they'll eat it. But if the real pollen's out in the flowers in the trees, they won't touch artificial pollen. Now, of course, you're getting kind of familiar with my garden and what we're getting ready to do here. See, if you remember last time, we put down the goat manure, and today I'm gonna come over here and I'm gonna till enough for 3 more rows, and I'm gonna put 3 rows of corn right here. Now the corn, you know, it's coming up. It's gonna be, it may not be real thick like I wanted, but I think it'll be okay enough just to let it ride out. And it may not look like too much is coming up, but the thing is, if I till it under, I'm losing about 3 weeks of getting early corn. Now, being that the weather kind of hindered it quite a bit, and some of it didn't germinate. So, but like I said, if I till it under and start over, there's 3 weeks right there that I'm losing the corn. So I'm gonna go ahead and let it ride out. The potatoes have all come up very good. Next week, I'm gonna run the tiller through them and hill them with a furrow attachment and cover it up. But right now I'm getting ready to till these spots up right here. And that's the next thing I'll be doing. Okay, here's my plum trees. I got 2 plum trees that do produce. And it's hard to see. The bloom has already come and gone. And they've actually got little plums sitting on. Last year they was covered with plums. This year, and it's kind of hard to see because it's really hard to spot them. They're camouflaged really well into the leaves. Right here we got 2 babies that I've transplanted from last year. Here and here. And then if you remember right here, these 4 plants right here are elderberries. These are elderberry plants right here. And they're coming up very good. And I'm hoping that they turn out really good. They're growing really fast. I got these online. And they're doing really, really good. The blueberries, they are still in full bloom. Some of them has already got set blueberries on them. They're bees all over these, but most of these are gone, so they're not paying as much attention to them as they was, because most of the bloom has already put out what nectar and pollen is going to put out for the year, and now they're just sitting on blueberries. And you can see here all the blooms about going on this one, and these are pretty much setting blueberries. Now these things will bear usually right at the 1st of June is when we pick the first blueberries, and there'll be enough blueberries on here to feed my family easily, and we freeze a bunch and we give a ton of them away because they're just that many bushes puts out a lot of blueberries. And then if you remember here, I got planted the Goji Berries. I don't know how well they're going to do. We'll see. We'll just, if you notice, I had to put some rocks down. So if you have free-range chickens, and you want to keep them from digging up your plants, put you some kind of mulch or rocks, because they hate digging if there's rocks around. They won't hardly touch them. I found that out, so I had an old cement block. I chopped it up and I stacked it around it, and I haven't come near it since because they actually started digging, and I knew they would. You just gotta, that's how you gotta do it if you got free range chickens. If they see dirt, loose dirt, they will take it, and you can't stop them. That's just how they are. So that's about it, folks. I just kind of wanted to give you a little tour. It's a beautiful day out and show you how everything's blooming, and to remind everybody the importance of honeybees. So if you want to multiply your crop that you're already putting tons of work in, get you a couple hives. If you have a couple hives, there are not that much maintenance in them. And we have a lot of videos on how to at Barnyard Bee YouTube channel. And you can go there and learn all you want to learn about honeybees. So that's about it, folks. Don't forget, please help share videos. Click on the little bell, like and subscribe. Thanks for watching Homestead Hacks.